Yes, students. Now, next, our topic is transfer of heat through convection, or in case of case of liquids and gases, how the heat transfer. Okay. So this is the next our topic. In case of liquids and gases, how the heat transfer in case of liquids and gases. You know that in solid we have studied about conduction. So here we are going to study about the convection. Through this convection method, heat can transfer in case of liquids as well as in gases also. So what is this convection method? That also you can better understand by the molecular arrangement, how the molecules are arranged in case of liquid and in case of gases. You see that here, suppose inside this beaker I am using here water. So suppose water molecules are there, water is a liquid in state. So molecules of liquids are just arranged like this. Means molecules of water or any liquid, they arrange very loosely. Understand? Some molecules can stick to each other or they can be attached to each other, but most of the molecules, they are present far away from each other. We can say there are the large intermolecular spaces between them. Means spaces between the molecules are called intermolecular spaces, and many intermolecular spaces you can see here. Means different places. When molecules are arranged in this way, then they can easily show their movement. Okay, they cannot attach to each other, just like solids. In solids, how we studied, the molecules, they are very tightly packed, but here molecules are loosely arranged. That's why they can easily change their shape. Liquid, when we put in tumbler, it can take the shape of tumbler. When we put in a bowl, it can take the shape of bowl. So in this, due to this characteristic of liquid, due to this molecular arrangement of liquid, this liquid shows convection mode of heat transfer of heat. So how heat can transfer through this method? You can see, first I'll make in case of gases also, that how the molecules are arranged in case of gases. In case of gases, no molecule is present near to each other. You see then, all the molecules are present very far away from each other. Understand? This is the molecular arrangement in case of gases. This is a gas and this is liquid. And in case of liquid and gases, because the molecules are not intact with each other or attached with each other, that's why the heat can't be transferred through the conduction method. How the heat is transferred? It is transferred through the convection method. Convection, what is convection? Now you understand. In case of convection, what will happen if we provide heat? Suppose in case of this gas, or in case of these liquid also, when we provide heat from the bottom, then what will happen? Those molecules which are present near this base, they get heat. Okay, and when they get heated, they start moving upward. Understand? They become excited and they start moving upward. And in this way also, this molecule, if when it is heated, it starts its movement upward. This also, when it gets heated, it starts its movement upward. And what will happen? Hot molecule can easily move from base to the upward part or upper surface of that liquid, and side by side cold molecule which are not heated, they start moving downward. Understand? इनकी प्लेस कौन ले लेंगे? कौन से मॉलिक्यूल ले लेंगे? ये वाले मॉलिक्यूल्स. Understand? In the same way, here also it can take place of this molecule. When this molecule go up, then another molecule start moving downward to take their place, and then these molecules again get heated, they also go up. In the same way, this is happening continuously. This process will go on until the full molecule of liquid gets heated. Children, once you boil the water, and when water is boiling, or when before boiling the water, you can easily observe this process, how this process is going on, convection, how this convection going on. You can easily see by doing that activity. Just you boil the water, and before boiling and at the time of boiling also, you can easily see the molecules coming up. Understand? So that from that activity you can easily understand the mode of convection. Understand? So what is convection? It is a process by which molecules show their movement when they get heated. Okay? And they move from the hotter place to colder place. And again that cold molecules, they again come down and they also get heated. Understand? So this is the mode of convection. And children, this mode of convection has also so many advantages in our daily life. What are these advantages? One main advantage is to cool our room. You know that air conditioners are also working in the same process. These room heaters are also working in the same process, because air cooler, or we can say air conditioner, always we are keeping or attached at the top. Means we can't keep anytime AC at the bottom or on the floor. Why? Because always when air also getting hot, it always moves up. Hotter things always, or hotter molecules, they always moves upward. Understand? And as the hot molecules go upward, that your air conditioner makes those hot molecules cool. Okay? So in this way, when those hot molecules becomes cool, then that already heat up those molecules which are heated up, they continuously moving up, and in place of that cold molecules, they come down to take the place of hot molecules. In this way your full room becomes cool. Okay? So after this, you can take example of your room heater also. In the same way, what room heater does, that room heater always we keep down in our room. Why? Because downward always you get cold air, and room heater always heat up the cold air, so that our full room become warm during winter season. Understand? So this is the main use of convection method, and that use of ventilators also. We can make ventilator in our room, so that hot air when goes up, it can easily go through the go out through the ventilators, and cold air can come through the windows or doors. Okay, so to remove suffocation, or we can say to remove hot air from our room, we can make we can construct the building with ventilators. So this is all about the convection method. Now our next third method is, or third mode of or method of transfer of heat is through radiations. Children, what are these radiations? In short, we can call them rays also, just like you can call sun rays. Understand? Those radiations are present in the form of electromagnetic radiations. Okay, electromagnetic radiations. And you know that sun is very far away from our earth, but then also we receive heat as well as light of the sun. How this happening? Some of the time what will happen, conduction and convection, both the methods, they use molecules to transfer their heat. You know, you have seen that molecules are used in that case, but in case of radiation there is no use of any kind of molecules. Radiation can transfer heat in the vacuum also, means where there is no air, there also they can work, because they directly, these electromagnetic rays or radiations, they come from the sun and reach to our earth through the vacuum. They don't require any kind of medium to transfer heat. They transfer their heat directly. Understand? So that's why these are the different kind of mode of or method of transfer of heat. And sun always sends their magnetic radiations through these radiation method. Understand? Means sun has these kind of electromagnetic radiations and they directly fall on our earth, and we receive heat rays also through these electromagnetic radiations and light rays also through these radiations. Understand? So application, if we talk about application of radiations, then also you can see that solar cookers, solar panels, means those all the things which are working with the solar energy, that work on the basis of radiations only. Understand? So radiation can work in case of our cooking utensil also. Cooking utensil, how? Because these heat radiations or light radiations, we can say, they are absorbed by the dark materials. Understand? Dark colors always radiate, or we can say they are good radiator, or they radiate heat more. If you wear dark clothes or if you wear black, then when you go out in the sunlight, you feel that how much heat you are feeling that time, how much heat you are getting. So we can understand by our clothes also. During winter we generally used to wear dark clothes so that we can get maximum heat. Understand? And during summer season we generally use light clothes so that our body will not be heated because of this sun rays. Understand? So here I am telling you the example of or application or uses of radiations. So our cooking utensil also coming in the market with the black coating. Okay, black coating why we use? Because heat radiations are attracted, or we can say absorbed more by the black color. Okay, so they radiate more heat, or we can say they absorb more heat, so that our cooking process can be faster with the by the use of those cooking utensils. So this is all about the radiations. So related to this topic, we have one more topic in this chapter, that is sea breeze and land breeze. Sea breeze and land breeze. Okay, sea and land, you know what are the sea and land, but what is the meaning of breeze? Breeze means air. Which kind of air? Moving air which is pleasant to us, which when we feel that air, then we feel, wow, how nice air is moving. Okay, so that kind of pleasant air is called breeze. So always pleasant air. Which air is pleasant? Hot air never be pleasant. You know that. Which air is good to feel? That is cool air. Always cool air feel pleasant to us. So what will happen? First we discuss about the sea breeze. Children, as you know that I have explained you convection method. When air gets heated, then air molecules, those hot molecules, they rises upward. Understand? So what will happen during daytime? During daytime, land gets heated up. You know that when sunlight fall on the land area, then land area becomes so much heated up, and air which is present on the land, they also get heated, and that hot air start moving upward. When that hot air gone upward, then what will happen? It has to take place of that hot air. So who will take, or what will take the place of hot air? Cool air. So from where that cool air comes? From the sea area. Here we are talking about the coastal areas, how this sea breeze and land breeze works. But if nearby you any water body is there, in the same way that breeze also blows in the same way. Okay, so during daytime, what will happen in the coastal areas? Sea breeze, because by the evaporation of that water, air becomes cool, and air move from sea to land to take the place of hot air. Because during daytime, what is going on? Land gets heated by the sunlight, and when hot air moves up on the land, then from the sea, cool air come and take place of that hot air. Understand? To fill the place of that hot air. So in this way, that sea breeze moves from sea to land area during daytime. That's why we call it as a sea breeze. Because of breeze word, you should understand that from where it moves to which side. I told you that breeze is due to coolness. So cool air from where it moves? From sea to land during daytime. But it is just opposite during night. During night, what is happening? That land is more cool as compared to sea area, because water has a quality that water always not get cool very easily and not get heated very easily. And due to full day that heating up the air above the sea level, that always it shows hotness during the night time as compared to land area. Means land area is cooler as compared to sea area during night time. Then what will happen? Just opposite process take place, that when above the sea that hot molecules of air, when they rise up, then from land it moves to the sea area, because land air is cool air now. Land air is cooler as compared to sea air. So sea breeze. So what will happen? From land to sea, air continuously start moving. So that's why it is called land breeze. During night, land breeze can work, and during daytime, sea breeze can move from sea to land. Understand? So this is related to the convection method, because here also convection takes place. So in application of convection, you can consider this method also. And children, that monsoon also comes because of convection method only. In the same way, this is happening during the monsoon, means continuously water evaporates and fills air in that in the atmosphere. When land area so much hot, then hot air moves upward and cool air from the water bodies that comes and take place of this hot air. In this way, winds can start moving, or winds can be generated or formed during convection method only. Okay, we can say winds are formed during due to convection method. Okay, so this is all about your convection, conduction, sea breeze, land breeze and radiations. Here in your last last topic of this chapter is related to the thermos flask. Thermos flask. It is a very common thing you all are using. It is an instrument which is used to keep the hot things hot and cold things cold. You must be using water bottles also. Some of the water bottles are of thermos flask, and some of the water bottles are we use to keep our hotter things hot. Okay, you can take example of your thermos flask which we use at home to keep or sometime when we go for picnic, then that time also we fill tea or coffee or hot milk in that thermos flask so that it can be hot. Okay, hot milk, if you hot thing if you keep inside or put inside, it becomes hot for so much time, and if you keep or put water, cold water inside it, it becomes cold for a long time. How this happening? So there is also these three methods can work: conduction, convection and radiation. We can study these three methods in this thermos flask. By observing the structure of thermos flask, you can understand better. I'll show you from your book that what is the structure of this thermos flask. You can see this here. Outer case is always they have made by the insulators, means thermos flask when they prepare, that time outer case, this cap and this outer body, it is always made up of plastic material. You know that plastic material is an insulator. So this insulator will not let the heat from inside to outside, or it will not allow heat from outside to inside the thermos flask. You know that insulator, they do not allow heat or electricity to pass through them. Understand? So from outside, if cold weather is there, then there is no effect will go inside. So after that, inside this we can say plastic body, in between this center and outer material, at the center of these two things, at the center they made that bottle with the help of glass or glass material, or it is of steel material. Two material they are generally using at the center, and in between this glass material and this plastic material they made vacuum. Vacuum means there is no air present inside it. Air is a good conductor. You know that easily from air that molecules can or heat can pass through it easily through the convection method. But here, because of vacuum, heat of this metal or steel, or we can say glass, if it is made up of glass, then it will not move from inside to outside also. So whatever heat is present, that remains inside only. Okay. And third is radiation method. Inside any you can see that thermos flask, when you see inside they made silvery coating. If it is made up of this glass, then also they made silvery coating inside. And if it is of steel, then steel is already it is silver in color, so shiny and silver. Because of that silvery material or that shiny part, heat radiations can move from can't escape from that place to outside. They attract to each other, means when heat radiations, when they strike to the walls of the that silvery material, they again get back to the liquid. Understand? Due to radiations, because silvery part always it reflects the radiations. Okay, so due to radiations also this becomes hot, or if any cold material is there, then it becomes remains cold inside it. Understand? So this is the means they have given the advantage, or they by showing or by learning advantage of these convection, conduction, insulators and conductors. Due to this they given this thermos flask in your syllabus, so that you can understand better than how that hot material becomes hot and cold material becomes cold, remains cold inside that thermos flask. Okay, so I think about all these topics which we have covered now, with these topics you should all are clear about these. If you have anything, any problem, any query related to this, if you not understood, then you can ask me personally. Okay, and regarding this, I told you that this chapter is also included in chapter number 7 now. So notes of this chapter I will send you, and you write down under chapter number 7, heat and temperature only. Okay, so Jai Gurudev children.